Invitational. But we're looking at maybe 150 from Graham Hood for the first half of the race. There's the golden 3 from Hicham El Guerrouj. Got to win this and the next one if he's going to stay in contention, as we've always said, for the gold bars and the $500,000. But it's pretty straightforward, really. He's up against most of the athletes he's run against so far this year, so I don't think it's going to be a major problem for him unless he has some form of upset. There he is, looking a bit nervous, the number 2. Lagat's also in this race, the Kenyan silver medalist from the World Championships. John Mayo, could you see there. Estevez, number 70, 4th of the World Championships from Spain. There's Lagat. And the pacemaker, as I said, going through should be Hood of Canada. 150 for the first half. Now this sort of temperature and these conditions should be perfect for the mile and the 1500 metres. And if they're out for a fast time, they're not going to get any better conditions than this tonight. Going through fast there is Hood, as we'd expected. Just behind him, Lele, the other pacemaker, and Hicham El Guerrouj, as always, in his usual spot of 3rd. And as always, Lagat in 4th.
Well, it looks as if you could have scripted this one, Steve. It is turning out exactly as several of these races have done so far this season. I think it's really going to be a case of if El Guerrouj can come back from that sort of minor fatigue after Edmonton and give us a really fast time on what is an absolutely beautiful evening here.
Well, he's gone through it. You can tell that it's fast because everybody strings out into Indian 4 straight away. No one bothers to run out in lane 2 because he just can't afford to take that extra 2 or 3 yards a lap at this sort of rhythm. El Guerrouj really hasn't been in the sort of scintillating form that he was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but he's still in a significant shape to take most of these races fairly comfortably. But I've yet to see anybody challenge him down the home straight as Nieni did in the Olympics, and that's when the real pressure is on this man. Lagat looks over his shoulders to see who's just behind him, and they're really starting to spread out all the way around this track. There's about 30 metres between the pace and the back marker.
Well, as Steve mentioned earlier, it was Hicham El Guerrouj's long-stated ambition to move up after the World Championships to 5,000 metres, but I think he was so fatigued by the effort of winning that 3rd in a row world title that he forewent the 5,000 metres in Zurich last week, dropped back to the 15 and duly won that, and he was supposed to be in the 3,000 metres here tonight, but he's going to terminate his season at the 15, and as we see confirmation of Steffi Graf's 4th victory, Hicham El Guerrouj is also going for his 4th Golden League victory, so that means that if he's successful, he, like Graf, also needs another win next week.
Well, we're seeing the results of the women's 8, when really we should be looking at the men's 50 metres, because a bit of a race going on. That 800 metres was perfect from Hood, 150.08. And now really it's Lele taking them through as far as he can. I don't think he can take them too far. He's slowing down, and Hicham El Guerrouj has really now got to decide what he's going to do. He never really takes the race by the scruff of the neck, really, and starts ringing out this 3rd lap. He always likes to be led almost all the way through the race. Just behind him you can see Lagat and then Chechir, the other Kenyan. The big 3, really. Lele trying his best to pull them through to the belt, and then he'll move out, obviously. Hicham El Guerrouj is his trademark. A long, drawn-out surge for the line. Lagat has gone with him. He's tracing him, as he always does. But the little Kenyan really hasn't got the strength, maybe, or has he tonight, to stay with him all the way round the last lap. That 56.02 3rd lap was fast, but is it fast enough?
Well, this is the closest Lagat has been to El Guerrouj, Steve, at this stage of the race. It was 2:32 at the bell, so we could be looking at a very fast time if the Moroccan can turn it on now. But Lagat's coming back at him.
Well, Lagat's chopped his stride and gone wide. Hicham El Guerrouj must sense he's there. It's not often you see this. It's not often you see El Guerrouj under pressure. Has Lagat got anything in his legs? The crowd realise that he may have because they're standing up, but El Guerrouj is still striding out. He's still working hard, and he's going to take it. Lagat just cannot get past the man. 3:26.13, a new meeting record, and Lagat was a stride behind all the way down that home straight. 53.4 that last 400 metres. One of the greatest 1500 metres we've ever seen, and Lagat chased him all the way to the line.
30 13 hundredths of a second outside his own world record. No wonder he was struggling to the end, but in fact he has won like a champion tonight, and he stayed in contention for those 50 kilograms of gold. Bernard Lagat has produced the race of his life. He's driven Hicham El Guerrouj to the second fastest time in history, and the Kenyan has surely been rewarded with a national record at least, and probably the third or fourth fastest time in history.
Well, Lagat's knocked 2 seconds off his personal best. He really has obliterated that. Hicham El Guerrouj must have wondered what the hell was going on there. He was running at world record pace, and then all of a sudden the yellow vest of Lagat suddenly appeared with about 150 metres to go. There he is looking over his shoulder. Look at this, look at the stare from Lagat. Lagat thought at one stage, I'm sure, that he was going to go past him, but the measure of the man, Hicham El Guerrouj, just kept that beautiful smooth stride going towards the end. He didn't cramp up, he didn't get stiff, and in the end that marvellous time. I don't think he could believe it, really, that Lagat was that close to him coming down the home straight. Look at it. He's gone wide to keep him wide, and Lagat chopped his stride with about 150 to go. If he'd have gone then, I think he'd have been even closer to El Guerrouj. Well, that's confidence enough, I think, for Lagat, and we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen in Berlin. Very, very interesting indeed if they keep this sort of rhythm going.
Well, from